Thank you for clicking and watching this short GlassTrax demonstration. My name is Tyson, and I will be taking you through a basic GlassTrax walkthrough. First off, GlassTrax is a Windows-based program that will work on any Windows PC that you currently have. The nice thing about it being Windows-based is that you can import and export to Excel very easily. The nice part about it is that you can also navigate fairly easily as well. If you open up Excel or Outlook or any of the Microsoft products, they have tabs, sections, and icons, just like GlassTrax. So new users feel pretty comfortable when navigating the software. So in this brief demonstration, I'm going to be covering quickly how to enter in a quote or an order, and then follow that through production. So the first step to go ahead and enter in a quote or an order is click on Enter Orders or Quotes, which is found in the Sales tab. As this screen pulls up, I can go ahead and say O for order, Q for quote, or I can use my mouse. I'm going to start with order here, and if I hit tab or enter, it's automatically going to assign the next available sales order number. If I hit tab or enter, it automatically enters in today's date in the American format. If you do not use the American format, we do have a feature to switch that. The job name, I'm just going to go ahead and put test job name in here for now. The originator of this order, the person who is logged in and entering this order, comes in right here. So you can always track the originator of a quote or an order. And then the next screen you'll see there is a field where we track the person to last edit the quote or order. In the customer ID field here, I'm going to type in ABC because I know that is my ABC Glass customer ID. Once I hit enter, it brings in all of their information. Now, if I do not know my customer ID, we have these binoculars up here to search for a number of fields within GlassTrax. Every screen in GlassTrax has these binoculars to help you find what you're looking for. However, in this case, I'm just going to start typing A and hit enter. It's going to bring up all my customers that start with A, and there's ABC Glass right there. Now notice here I've got a specific note that comes up here, talk to Bob when speaking with this client. That is a non-printable note that only appears inside for your salespeople, so don't worry about that ever showing up on any documents for your customers to see. The next thing we have here is a customer type. This customer belongs to customer type A. Now the reason we have customer types is for pricing. The way GlassTrax works for pricing is we have customer specific pricing, then we have customer group or customer type pricing that you see here, or we have general pricing. So the way it works is, for example, if I'm selling a 1/4-inch mirror and I'm selling to ABC Glass, the first thing GlassTrax is going to do is look up and say, okay, ABC Glass, do they have their own specific price for a 1/4-inch mirror? If so, it applies it. If not, it jumps up and says, okay, ABC Glass belongs to customer type A. Do customer types A have their own specific price for 1/4-inch mirror? If so, it applies it. If not, it applies the general price. And that's how our pricing tiers work. Notice down here I've got my billing address coming in automatically. I can put in a buyer here. You can save contacts to each customer. Right here I've got Bob Ross. We'll go ahead and bring him in. And I can actually send an email to Bob right from GlassTrax by clicking on the send email button. I can go ahead and type any message I want. I can attach anything just like a regular email, and it goes straight from the program. Later on I'll show you that anything you print you can also email or fax right from the program as well. So I'm going to go ahead and tab through this. I'm going to come up to my customer's PO, which is not a required field, but you can put that in. The ship via values here, these are values that you can define or delete. I'm going to stick with our truck for now. Lead time is a field. If you know you're today plus 5 days out, if you put in 5, it'll calculate your next available ship date for you. However, if I come here to schedule, I can click on here and I can say, all right, let's look at what I've got scheduled. And you can see by each truck, by each day, how much single light glass, dual glaze, or IG, triple IG, total square footage, light square footage, how much of it is annealed versus tempered, T1, 2, 3. Again, it's the 1, 2, 3 over here, total tempered, total weight, if it's been invoiced or uninvoiced. And you can see all the delivery days and how full or heavy your truck is. And you can actually set capacities for your truck. So if someone tries to ship something on a day when your trucks are full, it will actually tell them, hey, that day is not a valid ship date because you have reached your capacity for that truck. Would you like to choose a different truck or a different day? And that way you can make sure that you don't overpromise what you can deliver in one day. And that way you don't find yourself rushing to or apologizing to customers. The due date field is a field that you can turn on and off. Some people use this as a fabrication date, the day that they want to start cutting. Some people use it as a pickup date. Some people change that field for however they need to use it. It's just another date option for you. Notice I have them at pay type terms, a 0.5%, 10 net 30. We do have a fully integrated accounting system within GlassTrax. So if you are ready to dump your accounting software and consolidate, we are happy to help you there. We also do work with QuickBooks if you don't want to dump your software, as well as Great Plains Dynamics, Sage, Peachtree, a number of other accounting softwares we can import to or export to, excuse me, so that you don't have to switch softwares if you don't want to for accounting. The shipping information, this is their default ship address here. I've got Disneyland Drive. I can overwrite that and type in anything I want if you'd like, or I can go ahead and stick with that Disneyland Drive. You can also have multiple addresses, multiple ship-to addresses for each customer. So if you've got a customer with 9 different locations that you deliver to frequently, you don't have to have 9 different customer accounts. You can have one customer account and 9 different shipping addresses. And then when you do a lookup again with these binoculars up here, you can see the different locations and you can just choose whichever one you want to do. Whether or not this customer is taxable, you can go ahead and choose whether they're taxable. Right now they are not taxable. I don't have tax code set up, but you can calculate tax automatically here as well. Down here at the bottom, I have my account status. They are past due or overdue. GlassTrax, the nice thing about using the accounting side of GlassTrax is that you can keep track of which customers are overdue or past due, and what we will do is we'll put orders on hold. So if you have a customer who is, in this case, past due or over their credit limit, they can fill out an order, and I'll save all the information in here, but once you hit start production, it's going to stop you and say, hey, this order is on credit hold. You need to have approval from a manager or a credit manager to be able to begin production on that. So that's how we manage those types of customers. Down here at the bottom, I'm going to go here to order detail, and in a more detailed walkthrough, I would go through all these other buttons with you, but I'll go straight to the detail here and bring up this next screen. All right, so here I'm going to hit tab or enter for line number 1. I'm pulling from my main warehouse. This outside center inside allows you to build IG units on the fly or laminated units on the fly. If you do not use either of those, you can turn these fields off, so it goes straight to the item ID field, which is what I'll be using here. I'm going to type in my item ID, which I know is 3/8 CLRTEMP. If you don't know that, you can start typing in again your item ID, hit enter or the binoculars, and it will bring it up right here. There's the one I'm looking for. Now my material source is it's coming from stock. The other options are buyout. If I have to buy, for example, let's say I don't have my own tempering oven, I need to buy this out from a vendor. You can mark it as buyout. You would buy it from a vendor, receive it in, and then ship it to your customer. Direct means my vendor is going to direct ship this to my customer for me. So I'm going to stick with stock for this time. I'm going to say, hey, they want 2 pieces that are 27 1/4 and by 36 1/8. Now, we do have this in imperial right now, but I can change that to be millimeters for anyone who is using metric. That's fairly easy. I can actually do side by side if you do both metric and imperial. That's not a problem for us as well. All right, so now you can see over here, I've got my base price of $3.50 per square foot. If I want to change that to per piece, it'll go ahead and change that for me over here. I'll go ahead and per square meter, however you'd like to set that there. I'll do per piece for now. However, on this piece of glass, I'm going to add what we call processing. Some of you might refer to that as fab work or other processes to the glass. I'm going to go ahead and add a flat polish. And again, there's the binoculars if you don't know your processing ID. And I'm going to go ahead and do everything except for the bottom. And notice how the pricing updates down there. I'm going to do everything except for the bottom. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to hit done. And I'm going to add in some notches here as well. We'll add notches. And I'm going to do 2 per piece. That's 4 total, $5.50 each. That's $22. And done. So now I went from $25 per piece roughly, right here, $25.86 per piece. Now I'm at $55 per piece. The other nice thing about GlassTrax is we do integrate with a number of optimization softwares from Optima, OptiWay, to PMC, to A&W, to Bilco, to Aculite. There's a number of different optimization softwares that we team up with, and we actually have taken their shape libraries and thrown them right into GlassTrax. So what I'm using here is OptiWay from Optima. These are the same shapes that your guy at the cutting table will be seeing. So anyone from sales order or sales order entry can come in here and they can pick their out of square 60. That's a very common shape with Optima, and you can go ahead and give it the definition that you need to. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and say, all right, we'll make this 36. So slightly out of square. And now I can go ahead and say line finished. Now notice when I hit line finished, I'm going to get a pop-up. It says, hey, you're missing one of one of the fields, logo or no logo. And I say, oh yeah, it's because this is tempered. I need to notify whether or not it needs a logo, no logo, special logo, customer logo. I'm going to say just regular logo is fine. And now it'll let me do line finished. Once I do that, it comes up here and gets added to the grid. And there's that field I told you about, the last user to make an edit on this line. And so you can follow who makes changes to each individual line following the completion of a quote or an order. Once you're ready for a new line, all you have to do is hit this N button again, Control N if you use a keyboard, or you can just hit Backspace Tab, and it'll go ahead and take you to the next line. I'm going to do this one a little faster, and I'm going to do 3 pieces, 48 by 48. I'm going to add, just to show you here how quickly you can add these, I'm going to add some holes. We'll do 3 per piece, and yeah, we're good with those pieces. Okay, done. All right, so, and now I'm done. So that one went from $1.75 to $5.29 a square foot, and now I'm going to say that's the whole order finished. And I have a 7.5% surcharge. You can turn, again, this on or off. You can change the percentage. You can say certain customers are exempt from your surcharge. That's completely customizable. I'm going to create a packing list. Notice right here it shows me how much I have on order versus how much I have in inventory. We do track inventory within GlassTrax as well. And I'm going to create my packing list. I can print my packing list, but for the sake of this being a quick demo, I'm not going to print it right now. Just know that any paperwork that you currently use, we can copy and throw it in GlassTrax. We do a ton of customized reports as far as printed reports go. In fact, most of our customers use their free programming hours upon purchase to be able to copy their current reports, so that the guys on the floor don't have to change their where they look. Your customers don't have to get used to a brand new paperwork. Everything looks the same. The other options that you can print from here, you can print a sales order or a confirmation, basically the same document. You can also choose to print some glass labels here, or you can choose to print those upon sending those to your cutting table. You can also do production lists, is fairly common. And you can also, again, print preview here. You can send them directly via email, or you can fax them, obviously, as well. I'll go ahead and cancel just for the sake of time. Once you have your order and you want to track that production, the next easiest thing to do is, I'm going to pull that last order in, is click this button right here. It says Sales Order Production. We have its own dedicated screen if you want to look at more than one order at a time. But for this case, I'm going to show you just the order we did. There are the 2 lines we did. I'm going to blow this up here. And you can see the departments that I've personally created. You can have as many departments as you'd like. I've just chosen to do a cut, polish, tempered, and finish. Notice I've gotten these to go through. It needs to go through cut, through polish, through tempering, through finished. And what we use is a barcode scanner. Bluetooth barcode scanners are preferable. We do also work with the big Motorola ones as well. Those are a little bit more expensive, but we do work with them. And so you can get a Bluetooth barcode scanner, and then any internet access point, whether that be a phone, a tablet, a laptop, a computer, whatever you have on hand or whatever you want to purchase. A lot of our customers have been going with a $50 to $60 Bluetooth barcode scanner along with a $50 Amazon Kindle Fire. And those just pair up really nicely, and then the guys can take those on the floor and wander up to, I believe it is 30 meters, maybe 50 meters away from the tablet if they don't want to carry it with them, and they start scanning. When I pull things off the cutting table, they scan it, and it updates in GlassTrax. It refreshes every 60 seconds automatically, and you can see where every piece is. And if I were doing this with the barcode scanner, it would say 1 of 2, 2 of 2, and then all the way through, the whole line turns green. So now when a customer calls and says, hey, will my order be done on time today, or where's my order at, or hey, I need to cancel my order, have you cut it? All you have to do is click a single button. It pulls up this screen, and you can find out exactly where your order is. It's simple, it's easy, and it's so nice to be able to have that capability, to be able to save you some money, save you some time. And then we also generate a lot of really good reports off of this. You can see who's more effective running the cutting machine or the water jet. You can see how much each shift did each day, and what was your output on a particular day or a week or month. There's a ton of information that we can extrapolate from this screen. So that's what I wanted to cover today. We also have, like I mentioned earlier, a fully integrated accounting. We can do invoicing, obviously, account management, purchase orders, inventory management and control. We do a number of different things, and I'd love to have you reach out to me if you'd like some more information. My email is sales@kssco.com. That's sales@ks as in Sam, S as in Sam, co.com. Or feel free to call us. Our number is 435-652-8330. Thank you.